It's 10 till 6 in the morning, and we're getting started out of the Brown Mountain shelter. The shelter itself was cramped and had a resident rodent, according to record, so avoided it. Pitched the tarp. It rained right away. It was actually sprinkling while I was putting it up. But all in all, a comfortable night, about 50 degrees in the bivvy, and a little thunder about 12:30, but it didn't turn into more rain, so we're happy about that. Packed up everything wet, and we have 12 miles to Fish Lake Resort, where I will spend the rest of the day and a full day off tomorrow, because I can tell my knees need it. The mosquitoes started waking up just as I was leaving, and they are tenacious, so hopefully we can avoid a lot of them this morning while it's cool. So hiking through wet vegetation on mornings like this is what we call the hiker's car wash. Your pants will be completely soaked by the time you get through here. We're going to walk the length of this downed tree. Here's the top of it. And there's parts of it here that they cut up. But you can see how big this tree is. And there's where it came out of the ground. That's a big tree. I bet that made quite a noise when it went over. So interesting to see things at different elevations. Down low, these thimbleberries are already turning into berries. Up here, they're still flowering. It's very interesting. Another thing about the rain and the cooler temperature is that it's tamped down the mosquito activity, which is really welcome. Yep, walking through all this brush has my pants, socks, and shoes soaked like I waded a creek. And more to go. Well, I did want to say that last night's camp was a collection of most of the people I met yesterday. So Hank Hill was there. He was camped about 30 feet from me. Rafi, who I didn't mention yesterday, is a section hiker. Interesting guy to talk to. And Fluffy and Sprawl were there. So the whole gang. And they all ended up pitching tents rather than being in the shelter, because it just looked like a place where your sleeping bag would get chewed on by something. But if the weather had been much worse, I'm sure more people would have opted for that. So I just ran into a southbound section hiker, very talkative, named Mile Whisperer. He had a hat with his trail name on it. Very cool. And he told me this next section of trail is very beautiful, alternating between forest and boulder fields. But the boulder fields, they brought in all this red cinder to make the treadway. And he said it's quite beautiful, so I'm looking forward to it. Oh, it's the first of the boulder fields and the first of the red cinder. Okay. Yeah, this is impressive. this ancient lava flow. This is like the 5th one I've been over. Very impressive. This entire part of the mountain is just lava flow, broken up. And only in the places where the trees and vegetation have laid down the thinnest layer of topsoil do things look different. But eventually you emerge back out into the raw lava flow. What an impressive section. So I guess this section of the PCT was one of the last to be completed and one of the most expensive, and you can imagine, because trying to traverse those broken rock fields without trail construction with the red rock and the fill, you would have been a while getting through there. So yeah, imagine, how did they get, I haven't seen a road in a while, so how did they get all the rock up, the workmen? That was a lot of work. But it's one of the most impressive sections I've walked through, because there's just miles of this stuff. I haven't videoed but about half of what I walked through. It's amazing. It's 9 a.m. and we're about 2 miles from the turnoff down to Fish Lake Resort. And might be the better part of a mile to get down there, so we've got about 3 left. It's been spectacular this morning, and looking forward to seeing Fish Lake. It's supposed to be beautiful. Okay, so it looks like Fish Lake is actually 2 miles off trail, but so be it. That's where my resupply package is. Gotta go there. And this trail looks like a big park here. found a campsite, set everything up that needs to dry out. And now go back and check on laundry, get some water. I got a shower. Things are looking good. The Serenity Shuttle has landed at Fish Lake Resort, which is marvelous. It has a PCT hikers camping area, just quite extensive, but not that many spots. So I found a spot set up right off the trail that leads back to it. It's about the only flat spot I could find. We're watching the clouds because some of them look like they might turn into thunderheads, and we want to be ready for rain. So got the folded over tarp. It can be flipped over into an A-frame for rain pretty quickly. I had a nice breakfast, a nice lunch, called Christy, uploaded 2 videos, and I got 3 more to do tomorrow. Got to keep you guys watching. And tonight I'm just going to cook dinner and probably cook breakfast. Somehow I ended up here with nearly a whole extra day's food, so got to eat it. Well, we had about it's 12 miles of trail today, followed by 2 miles of side trail to get here. But it was a beautiful walk, and now I'm just going to take a day off and see if I can get the twinges out of the knee and get ready to go to Mazama Village next. So I'll include a couple pictures of the Zero here, and if anything fun happens, the lake is beautiful. And thanks for hiking with me, and remember, doing the impossible, that makes us mighty.